Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is about a guy named Jacob. This is the story titled Inside the Lone Man. Jacob was always a strange guy. He never really had that much people in his life. He was always sheltered. He was always a strange person. His father was the only one he looked up to. He's always had this strange fear of women. He couldn't really get over it. He's always felt terrified of them. He doesn't know why, but he does. He never really grew up normally. He had a bunch of irrational fears, if you will. One day, he was taken to the doctor. A female nurse came up to him. She was really attractive. She wanted to ask him how his day was and wanted to talk to him. Jacob, he lashed out in fear, almost had a panic attack. He was curled up on the ground, screaming, bloody murder, yelling, telling her to get away. He was terrified. Turns out he was diagnosed with gynophobia. He never really knew how much it affected him, but there was always something there that bothered him. He didn't know whether it was bad or not. A bunch of male doctors rushed in. The female nurse looked a lot like she just gave someone a heart attack. Turned out it was actually exactly that. Jacob was so scared of women that he had a heart attack. His irrational fear of women, his gynophobia, was so bad that his heart would stop. As he grew older, he had this very extremely attractive teacher named Miss Collins. She always liked him. Not romantically, but Jacob was always one of her favorite students. Always was smart, doing good on work, but never really socialized with anyone. She went over to try to get to know him better. Jacob screamed. The shock of pure terror was on his face. She was startled. She did not know about his certain condition of gynophobia. He got on the ground. He started screaming, lashing out. He was about to have a heart attack again. A bunch of female classmates were around him. He was screaming bloody murder like it was about the end of his life. He did not know what to do. He was just terrified. He did not know what to do. He did not know what was life. He was terrified. The female teacher, Miss Collins, rushed over and contacted the nurse. The nurse was female, which made it worse. He also had a fear of medical stuff. He had something, a phobia of surgery. Don't know the name of it, but he also had that. He passed out. They thought he died. Jacob was rushed to the nurse room. When he woke up, the nurse was female. He freaked out again. He blacked out again. He was rushed to a hospital. They all informed that he had gynophobia so bad that he would literally have his body stop working if a female ever tried to talk to him. As he got older, he was an old man. Well, not old. He was an adult. He had a very decent paying job. He lived out in the cities. He lived in this tiny apartment, and when he was walking in the streets, he always avoided the women. He always had male friends. Never hanged out with a single girl, never talked to them. The only woman he didn't fear was his mom. For some reason. The only girl that he wasn't afraid of was his mom. So one day, a girl asked, "Hey, can you get out of the way, please? You're kind of in my way. But I hope you have a nice day." Jacob screamed. He lashed out again. He ran across the street. He almost got hit by a car. He jumped over a fence and started screaming. He was begging everyone to stop. All the females on the streets looked at him. He was on the ground, crying, screaming. His heart skipped a lot of beats. He did not know what to do. His brain was about to fail. He ran over to his house and sheltered himself away from everyone. Till he had this one dream where he was in a dungeon, if you will. He saw a circle. He was strapped to a bed in a circle. He was inside a circle of females. A lot of them had creepy smiles, some of them with their eyes missing and blood was pouring out of their sockets. They were all getting close to him, laughing. He just laughing. He didn't really know what to do. He was always terrified. He started screaming, but no words came out. He tried to do something, but he couldn't move. The girls were strapping him down, laughing. He lashed out. The girls were laughing, pulling him apart, insulting him, blood pouring out of their sockets. Even some were coughing out blood. They all looked deranged. Like, what kind of man would do, what kind of woman would do this to him? He woke up in cold sweat, almost crying. He screamed. He woke up his neighbors. Till he looked out the next day. He was writing a book about his irrational fears. Till one day, he saw it was late. He looked out his apartment window into an alley. There was this girl standing there, looking at him through the window. She had long black hair and a very unusual, creepy smile. She was extremely pale. She was just looking at him. He closed his blinds and locked all his doors in fear. He was hyperventilating. But what he didn't know is that the female was laughing. Jacob could hear her. He screamed. He tried to ignore it. He tried to ignore the fact that the woman was out there. He went and wrote his book. He went to sleep. But that night, he woke up to a loud bang. He opened his eyes and saw the woman standing right in the corner, smiling, saying, "Hello. Hello, sweetie." He grabbed a beer bottle, chucked it at her, but missed. She was smiling still, getting closer. He started hyperventilating. He did not know what to do. He was saying, "Back! Please get away from me! Please! Please get away!" She was just chuckling, laughing. "We'll be together forever." He didn't want that answer. He got up. He threw a cover at her. It didn't work. He was starting to be so scared. He opened up the door. She was just laughing. She grabbed him. He did not know. He could have sworn. He blacked out. But there was this one problem. He always As he blacked out, he woke up. He was outside his house. Window was open. He realized he was bleeding. The girl out there was staring at him. It started raining. It was late at night still. He got up. He was walking in the streets. The girl was taunting him. And he kept it up. She kept it up for about months before he finally snapped. He lashed out. She chased after him. He started screaming. He started having panic attacks. His gynophobia never was this extreme. He had a bunch of real-life women came up to him. They were trying to ask, "Sir, are you alright?" He screamed. He lashed out. He ran. He did not know what to do until he found a door. He couldn't open it. It was locked. The female, with the long dark hair and a weird, sinister smile, with pale skin, looked at him with her cold, dead eyes. What do you want? He said. She said, "I want you." He saw a window. He jumped out of the window. Glass shattered. He died. A few days after, police found his body. It said that he had gynophobia. One person was a witness of his death. He said he had gynophobia so bad that he must have died. And he did recall a female looking at him as his last death. His dead body had the pure shock of terror in his face. He did not know what to do. Most importantly, why was he doing it? Why was he scared? That's a story for the end.